This video has nothing to do with characters. I'm not going to tell you to use Emma Frost. I'm not going to tell you to the best DPS to use, or it ain't got nothing to do with no character usage, no picking bands, no nothing. None of that stuff. It don't even got to do with aiming, Marvel Rivals, comprehension like of the game or usage or nothing. Doesn't have to do with anything of that. This video is purely about how to get better at Marvel Rivals, yes, and the number one guaranteed tip to improve. And this is the number one tip right here. I'm about to just say it. The best way to get better at Marvel Rivals or any game is to decrease the mental stack that you have on your life. Now, a lot of y'all are like, whoa, hold on, this took a turn. We were talking about rivals. This was a video about Marvel Rivals. Why? How did we get to life? Well, the part of that is I want to tell y'all that a lot of the things that happen, a lot of the reasons that we play video games, a lot of us play for an escape of reality. A lot of us play the game because we don't want to be thinking about what's going on, with our lives in the real world, rather that be we're in school or rather that be we're going to work every day or rather to be we got this thing to worry about, that thing to worry about. We don't want to worry about it. So we get on this game, and this is a fun escape world to get into that doesn't have to deal with the real world directly. And it becomes so much of an escape that it becomes your life necessarily. And then what ends up happening after that is you're living on the internet. So all of these things, and the internet is not a pleasant place. It can be a great place. It can be a good place, but it is what you make it. And if you make it your life and your life is already bad, then what is the place going to be? You see what I'm saying? So decreasing the mental stack of your actual life and combining that effort with actually wanting to get better at video games is how you essentially get better at the game. Brief short story, real quick, and then I'm gonna actually tell you how this happened, and you could probably find out just by this story. Well, I was 450 pounds. 450 pounds through the ages of about 18 through 22. And around this time, being 450 pounds, I was working a dead end job. I was living in somebody's apartment in the living room. I was sitting down eating, of course, a bunch. And I always was a bigger kid, but that it got excessively crazier. And I was just sitting down playing video games. Video games was my life, right? So to a point to where I even got an ego from playing video games. The only thing I knew how to do at that time through 18 through 22, the only skills I had as a man was being able to be good at a video game or be not even good. I ain't gonna even say good, was to be decent at a video game and to know how to talk to women. This was a skill acquired over years of actually trying and doing it and understanding certain things about women and whatever, right? But ideas to actually talk or I would say even at that age, manipulate women so I can talk to them or whatever, right? To be able to have game is something that was, you know, coherently. That's the only thing I really cared about because that's the things that my friends cared about. And like I said, when you are living on the internet, you become the internet. You become what is the part, you become a byproduct of it. And that's exactly what it was. So I didn't live a very prosperous life at this time. My father, he preached and instilled with me, I'm highly favored and abundantly blessed. But I didn't even understand what none of that meant. So until now, obviously. So that was around 17 to 22. We're gonna fast forward now. And I lost 250 pounds. Actually, 260. My lowest I got to was 190. I'm currently around like 220 right now. But anyway, we're getting off my weight here. But anyway, uh, I lost all of this weight, right? So going through a weight loss journey, going through this like whole life shift, right? I went through a whole life shift. God gave me a whole second chance at life because now I'm not just some big fat lord that's sitting in front of my sitting in front of a monitor all day playing a video game. I'm actually now a part of society. I'm working a better job now. I have better skills in life, and my life was progressing fairly well, fairly decently around this time. And then certain other things started happening around me, but we're gonna go back to gaming, right? So around this time when I was not comprehending video games properly the way that I should have been. And I noticed that when I was 17 through 22, the only thing that I was worried about was how good I can get at a game, right? Or but I wasn't thinking of how to. I was just thinking that if I played enough, if I played more than everybody, and I tried my heart out more than everybody, because this is the only thing, because you got to remember, this was the only thing I had. So if I try harder and I just played better and I just got on and I just executed better, then I will be the best player in the world, guaranteed, hands down, and I will stunt everybody. Man, that was so false. I didn't even understand the video games I was playing. Prime example, right, is Overwatch. That matter of fact, Overwatch, Marvel Rivals. These are the prime examples, right? When I first started playing Overwatch, was back when I was like what 20 something. I think I was either 18, 19, 20, whatever. First started playing Overwatch around then. And I didn't understand the game's concepts or nothing. I didn't understand what 222 was. I was over here solo healing most of my games. I didn't understand nothing. I just knew that, man, I wanted to get better at this game. So I just kept playing and kept playing and kept playing. And man, I was trash. I was honestly trash. I was sitting here healing everybody, and I thought that turning my camera fast enough to make sure everybody was healed was like, and I knew to stay alive as a healer. But I thought that those were the best like ways to like for me to benefit the team. And I wanted to do it. Then that's how you know it was already bad. I wanted to do it with low effort, so I played support. No offense to support players out there, but I played support to do it with low effort. That's exactly what I did because I wanted to achieve a rank, but not have to work as hard, but it make people think that I still was working very hard for the rank. You see what I'm saying? I was lying to myself. I was tricking myself at that time. But anyway, I was playing every day, and bro, I played so many games in season 5 of Overwatch. I wish I could find like a screenshot or something. And I played so many games. Bro. I played like almost over 1,000 games, bro. And I was like still in the same rank. Like I was gold and plat the whole entire time. The highest I got was plat, and I think the lowest I got was like silver. Like, and I just played that whole entire time through silver and platinum, right? And that was when I was younger, and like I said, I just played a lot, and I just thought that that was the best way. I didn't think I was not even using concepts of actually trying to understand the game. I just knew that I wanted to get better at the game, but I didn't even have a coherent mindset of how to because my life and my mental stack was so messed up that I couldn't even think to fathom the fact that I would have to actually put in a working brain of understanding a video game or understanding the game properly because I had the ego like, man, I'm already pretty decent at video games. All I have to do is just keep playing this and I get better. But I didn't understand that this was a new genre that I have just jumped into and I need to actually learn how to play the game. And so that is one of the biggest things that deteriorated me from even, and I realized that when as I got older, but at the time I was just like, man, oh man, Overwatch, man, nah, I'm just, I guess I'm just not good at the game. Like, and I put my head down and walked away in shame. Fast forward to Overwatch 2 coming out. Like I said, around this time, I've already dropped 260 pounds. I am feeling better about my life, feeling better about myself. There was a lot of things, a lot of, family issues and things like that I had to go through at this time. And, you know, I I was an exceptionally better player now than I was then. So then after that time, I'm around like 25 now. Like, well, not now, but at the time I'm around 25 playing Overwatch 2. And I made it to Diamond on PC and I'm just using mouse and key. And I don't even play mouse and key. So I was like, well, I wonder what happens when I get on console with this because this is not even my primary this This is not even my primary like, input. So I get the console and I get close to masters. I end up playing with master, grandmaster players or whatever. And before I ended up stop playing the game, but I was like, I get to masters before I stop playing the game. I'm like, yo, I'm like, I'm not bad at these games at all. But that's because the mental stack was gaming was my everything when I was younger. So if I wasn't good at the game, my life was looked at as being worthless. And I just want y'all to know that that is the source of why I was bad at a game or why I couldn't get better was because I was thinking that the only way that I can get better is if I put in all this playtime. And I was so scared to even think about it as, oh, I'm bad or oh, I'm not good at this. So let me just, actually learn. And I had so much going on in my mental that it was just ridiculous. I couldn't even like form the idea to get better, like actually get better. So then, shortly after that, Marvel Rivals was announced and back in like 2024, and I ended up playing the beta on PC or the alpha on PC. Then I played the beta, and I really liked the game. I was like, oh yeah, I'm pretty good at the game. I got like the little, I was in the high percentiles on the PC version of the game. I'm like, okay, I like it. So then I ended up coming to console around this time as well because I wanted to end up playing 2K again and stuff. Look, that's a whole different story. But end up going to console, playing Marvel Rivals, and as y'all see, I am a top 0.1% player. Now you're like, dang, it took him, but the guaranteed tip that I have to get better at the game, it's not just playtime. It's not just sitting there mashing your controller 24/7, trying to learn these new combos, setups, techniques, whatever. It's not about all that. It's about taking the time to understand the game in a proper mindset so then you can get better. I advise that you go watch Awkward. Awkward makes amazing videos on understanding the video game from a outside perspective, right? He can probably teach a hero shooter to a 5-year old. So it's like I commend you to go watch him. But at the same time, I really didn't understand what a hero shooter was. I didn't even understand the idea of attention or the mindset of actually playing a hero shooter or playing the game in a way that, hey, I can win the game, even if the odds are stacked against me, even if, and to always go in there with a winner's mindset. I had a loser's mentality that my whole entire younger life. So how can I have a winner's mindset? And then when I develop a winner's mindset, that's when I started winning, obviously. That's when things got better. So I'm just telling you all now, telling you all right here and now, that the best way to get better at the game is to stop playing the game for a second, sit back, look at your life, understand what's going on in it. And then once you understand that, you would then be able to understand, okay, understand the things that you need to do first. If you need to fix this about your life, do that with your life. you know, fix the things in your life or make an effort to fix those things or make an effort to chase your dream, chase your goal, chase whatever it is that's not going to harm you or anybody else. And then you be like, okay, I I want to do this in my life. And then you start doing that and then you put that on the front. Do not put video games as your main source. Do not put video games as your main source. You put whatever it is you need to do extra on the front because then when you look back, you have something to fall back on, right? Then you could play games on the side. And I'm not telling you to give up like, all the playtime and focus on your I'm telling you to focus on your dreams and your goals, yes. And that should be your main focus, not video games. But I'm not telling you, oh, you shouldn't be playing video games at all and stuff like that. I play games a lot. I'm not gonna tell you that. But I am gonna tell you be goal driven, be purpose driven, find a purpose, whether that is going to the gym, finding your purpose with God, finding your purpose with the things that align you with um your job or anything like that to make more money, whatever it is, you do that first. And then you prioritize those things first. And then you get on the game and watch how better you're going to get. I know you're probably thinking like, man, well, I'm going to be stepping away from the games to do that, or I'm going to take my mental off the game to do that. So how am I going to get better? Well, you watch a video, you learn from some of the better players in the world, and then you apply those same strategies and you go in there and you actually apply that, and that's how you get better. You don't get better from just sitting there putting in playtime with no purpose, because playtime with no purpose is just playtime. Playtime with purpose is improvement. So please remember that. And yeah, man, this video been long enough. It's been like 15 minutes. I'm glad that y'all are here. I'm glad that y'all watched. If you watched all the way through, comment, something down below if this was relatable, if you really liked this video or anything. Leave a like, leave a comment. Thank you all so much, man. Y'all are all amazing people. Y'all are all highly favored and abundantly blessed. Remember, WTL, it stands for with the Lord. May the Lord be with y'all. And yeah, man, Sly, Unc, I'm out.